here we are. We're at the end of the Elm Street franchise. So now, today I'm going to rank the movies, do my top 10 favorite kills, do the top 10 best kills in the franchise point-wise, and I'm also going to add one more of my top 10 favorite moments of the franchise. And I'll always do that for any longer series, like maybe 4 more movies or more. So, without further ado, at number 9 is Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. After watching all these movies again, this stays the same, it's at the bottom. It has a somewhat focused story, I guess, and after so much boredom, I actually liked the boing, 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 boing! For whatever reason, that kind of got me to laugh. Other than that, it's extremely campy. Freddy is a Looney Tunes cartoon. It's not creative. It pulls out Freddy into the real world. They're at a psychiatric institute. There's a dream loop. So, it doesn't have anything new or special to bring to the franchise. The kills are terrible and silly. Spencer is being played like a video game. That's one of the worst kills in any horror movie, and certainly the worst kill in the Elm Street franchise, or at least somewhere in the top 5, bottom 5. And for whatever reason, the bodies just disappear. This is one of the worst horror movies ever made. I still think Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island is my least favorite movie, but this, I think, would have to be somewhere in the top 10 worst movies I've ever seen. Moving on, number 8. This actually went down for me, down 1, and that is Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. I actually liked this a little bit more than one other movie, which I'll get to. This movie felt more connected than Part 4, and it actually felt connected to Part 4, so I liked that. This is the first movie to actually feel like to be connected to 2 movies in a row. 1, 2, 3, and 4 seemed like completely different stories, even though 1 and 3 are connected, but 2 movies in a row, 4 and 5, feel connected. The plot is interesting enough. Freddy feeds Alice's baby souls to make him evil. Dan's kill is cool with the motorcycle kill. That was pretty cool. But there's only 3 kills. 1 I only like. Mark getting slashed is kind of weird, and Greta being fed herself is gross. Not memorable characters. The plot doesn't really make sense. The baby dreams and other people die instead of people dream, those people die. This movie is way too comedic, but it's not funny. None of the jokes land, so this is just a movie that I really do not like. Number 7 is the Elm Street remake. This actually went down 2 spots. This was actually really boring. Arguably, I think this is the best looking film. Kills are good. I like Dean getting his neck sliced. Chris's kill is pretty good, being killed just like Tina. Jesse getting impaled, and Nancy's mom getting impaled through the head. That was good. Micronaps, cool new element. Jackie Earle Haley, best part of the movie. I think he actually does a pretty good Freddy. Not better than Robert Englund, but if he had to be replaced, I think Jackie Earle Haley does a pretty good job. But the Freddy Lester thing is kind of gross. The scraping finger knives is like welding rods, and it doesn't have a screeching noise. Rooney Mara is terrible in this movie. It's an insult to the Elm Street fans that she just took the job for money and didn't have any passion. This movie is lazy. Chris dies the same as Tina. There's the body bag. The boyfriend goes to jail. Freddy comes out through the wall, but it looks really weird because it's CGI. So, just a really bad remake, really bad Elm Street movie. Number 6 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. This actually went up a couple spots. I prefer this to Elm Street 5 now. The opening song, Running from This Nightmare, I really like that. Freddy recomposing is really cool. That is one of my favorite moments of the franchise. His skin, or burnt skin, growing back, I really like that. Debbie's kill is actually pretty cool. Turned into a bug and then gets crushed. I actually really like that. On the other end, the characters are unmemorable. Rick likes karate, Sheila has asthma, Debbie hates bugs, works out. And they're all one-note character traits, so it's like a lesser version of Dream Warriors. The Dog Pee Resurrection is silly for Freddy, and this feels like it's just random scenes without rhyme or reason. There's a robot arm, and then it ends at church in the end, and there's a rhyme in there. The music wasn't scary. So, a movie that I think is decent, but not one that I would pick often. Number 5 is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. This one is actually really good. It went down for me. I liked one a little bit more. Freddy's redesign was cool with the muscle head. I loved having Heather Langenkamp and John Saxon playing themselves, having them back in the franchise. That was cool. The last 20 minutes is awesome, starting with the highway chase and then down into the Freddy underworld. I really like that. On the other end, it doesn't feel that atmospheric until the last 20 minutes. There's not a lot of Freddy. There's not really any memorable kills. But this does feel like a nice cap to the Nancy Heather Langenkamp trilogy. So I really do like this film. Number 4 is Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. This actually went up a couple spots. Jesse is a memorable protagonist. This still feels like a horror movie. Freddy tells little to no jokes. The effects still look good, which can be said for almost every Elm Street movie. I love the melting room. Freddy coming out of Jesse, I really like that. I love that. The party massacre is pretty cool. So a lot of things to like about this. A mixed element for me is it's the gayest horror movie, but I kind of have a fun time with that. But on things that I really don't like is Freddy controls stuff, so and it kind of negates the rules that Freddy isn't pulled out, he just comes out into the real world. But a movie I do really like. Number 3 is Freddy vs. Jason. The intro of Freddy talking, feared, people forgot about him, I like that. Kills are good, and the actual fight between Freddy versus Jason is the best thing in the movie. I really like it. Characters suck. I feel like there's too much plot. They could have shaved this down to an hour 15. Would have been fast-paced, but I think I do really like this. Number 2 is the original Elm Street. Made an icon. The movie is scary. Back in 1984, it's still scary now. Characters are memorable. The concept alone is brilliant. You can run away from Jason and Michael, but everyone has to sleep, so Freddy will ultimately get you. The gore is intense. It has one of my favorite kills in any horror film with Glenn's blood geyser. I love that. A lot of things to really like about this. The ending is the only thing that knocks it down to number 2. It's very confusing. What was a dream? What wasn't? I don't know. But other than that, this is a completely flawless horror film. But not easily my number 1 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. The characters are memorable. Now, I don't think this is as scary as the original, but that's the only negative. But anyways, characters are memorable. The protagonist, Kristen, is good. I actually like her. Kincaid is funny. Philip makes puppets and sleepwalks. The songs Into the Fire and Dream Warrior by Dokken are awesome. The kills are good. Kristen and Philip, marionette puppet, Taryn. Kristen, welcome to Primetime Bitch. That's awesome. The effects are good. The sink hand, I like. Taryn's arms when she's gonna get killed, that's cool. And the Freddy puppet, I love that. The tension in this movie is still high. They bring back Nancy and Donald Thompson. I really like that. So this is a hard debate with the original film, but I do think I like Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors a little bit more. It's very close with the first one, but Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors is my number 1 favorite Elm Street film. Thanks for watching.